Happy holidays, everybody. From Even More Reviews. Got a special for you this year. What we're going to do is actually produce videos. Wow, isn't that crazy? I'm going to do something special for this episode of In Hindsight. This In Hindsight is going to be Blade. Blade 2. Blade 2 is one of those oddities that just kind of came and went. I mean, even Blade and Blade Trinity came out, and everyone was like, okay. Nowadays, you watch Marvel movies, and everyone runs to the theaters to see them. Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp even though, no one really cared about it. Blade 2 came out in 2002. March 2002 to be exact. 2 months before Spider-Man and a bunch of other movies. You could say the sequel to Blade is the original superhero movie. Glad I have a DVD copy of freaking Twilight sitting under here. So without further ado, let's get this movie popped in. Wow, New Line Cinema. Producing favorite directors such as Peter Jackson and Guillermo del Toro. I wonder who directed this. So the movie starts out in the Czech Republic, where a bunch of vampires want this guy's blood. He's not too happy about it, and decides getting strapped down in a chair is probably the best idea.
This is a good news, bad news scenario, Jared. Good news for us. Bad news for you.
Ha! Wow, that's really kind of creepy. Looks like a distinct directing style. Homeboy goes from crying to laughing in about 2 seconds, because you find out he's not exactly human. Probably should have gone mechanical on that keyboard.
Forget what you think you know. Vampires.
Okay, what do I know about vampires? You got garlic, steaks, different things like that. So I need to forget all of that right now.
They call me
So to explain lightly in the first movie, just to go ahead and explain it away, because it gets retconned pretty quickly. Blade is a daywalker who is immune to any sunlight whatsoever. He has all of the strengths, and no sort of effect towards garlic or anything along those lines. Blade has an immunity to sunlight, garlic, and pretty much everything else that affects a vampire, except for steaks and silver. He can die that way.
Silver, garlic, sunlight.
Wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to forget about all that. So Blade is basically hunting down Whistler, his old mentor from the first movie. I wished I loved anything like he loves that car. Now here's where we come to a small impasse in the film that I'm not a huge fan of, is that whoever this director is, he really doesn't enjoy using one cut for a fight scene. He likes to jump to multiple cuts. You can't really pay attention to what the fight's doing in that circumstance, and it really leaves something to be desired. That's not to say Blade doesn't kick some butt. So Blade finds Whistler and cuts him free and takes him back to his base. This is where we're introduced to none else than Norman Reedus. Hey, Daryl's in this. Cool. He plays our quintessential pothead of the film, where he pretty much has a joint in his mouth the entire film. Blade leaves Whistler inside of his sex dungeon and makes sure that he turns back into a human by using this antidote. I'll let him explain
I'm
it.
giving him an accelerated retroviral detox.
Whatever that means. Blade returns the next day to his sex dungeon, and the first movie is successfully retconned.
Like hammered shit.
After Whistler comes back from the dead, a break-in starts at their base. Now there is something to be enjoyed about these. Really cool and very fluid. The break-in is almost quiet, but at the same time it's pretty enjoyable. Whoever this director is, he sure knows how to use silence. Yeet!
Godlights.
Wow. So familiar. Wait a minute. Now I know what you're thinking. Logan, who is this elusive director that you keep talking about? You keep comparing him and asking, who is it? Well, obviously I know who it is. It's Guillermo del Toro, one of the most fantastic directors of Pan's Labyrinth and The Shape of Water. Chances are you've checked out one of those movies. Unless, lived under a rock. But anyway, this is clearly a Guillermo del Toro movie. You can tell by the costume design and almost the creature design throughout the entire film. It'll become more and more apparent as you watch it, but I think it's one of the standout features of this movie that make me almost nerd out for it. We're about to come up to one of my least favorite parts, and that is the bad CGI. You can kind of tell that they threw the budget on certain areas. For example, they kind of lacks the budget here, and it looks almost like a bad video game. I wonder if there was a Blade video game. I should check that out. Nosferatu. So we find out that the Vampire Nation has decided to make a truce with Blade in order to take down this strange strain of vampires called the Reapers. The Reapers feed on the vamps. Or the vampires. I said vamps because I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
Next we're introduced to the gang that is supposed to kill Blade, but instead is working under him. They're called the Blood Pack. Hey, Ron Perlman! And Ip Man! And the dude from Fast and Furious. How do I know that?
We're in.
One thing I enjoy about Blade is that he seems to be ready for any situation, even when it doesn't make sense for him to be ready for it. It's almost like he's a superhero or something. Alright, that's some Boondock Saint stuff for real. What in the world is the point of your hand? Oh, that's a pretty cool effect. Okay, alright. And just in case you were questioning the validity of Ip Man, his name is Donnie Yen, and he's actually the stunt coordinator for this film. He was also in Star Wars. Rogue One, that is. Wow, that CGI is genuinely creepy. That's well done. I'll give it to him. Like I said, you can tell when they throw the budget at something. So Blade and the Blood Pack find a secret tunnel thanks to Whistler, not being around for the entire movie. So we find out through the autopsy, through practical effects by the way, really cool, that the Reapers have a limited lifespan. But not the big bad, also known as Nomak. Oh, that's just gross though. Oh cool, Scud and Whistler are friends now. So, thanks to the turn of the century and it being early 2000s, they decide to don the turn of the century paintball armor that's just been painted shiny black. And our team decides to enter the sewer. Hey, Lighthammer's finally turned evil. I wonder what's about to happen here. Do you think she's going to kill him? Nah. Oh, okay. Never mind. Wow. I stand corrected. So the Blood Pack starts falling like dominoes, and we end up with Reinhardt and Nisa. And that's about it. Everyone else goes downstairs. Homing light. Okay.
You will survive this. Only to tell Blade about this ring. About the truth. The truth, old man.
I wonder what Nomak told Whistler and gave him a ring for. Guess that has to do with Nosferatu. So Blade gets double-crossed in the sewers. We appear at a new location where Blade has been taken prisoner with Whistler and Scud. And are those vampire fetuses? Okay. We find out that Nosferatu is Nomac's daddy, and everything's about to go bad. Wait a minute. That means that Nisa and him are related. Don't know how I feel about that. So we find out Scud, aka Daryl, is evil. He turns out to be a familiar working for the vampires.
Not a dud.
Wesley Snipes blows Scud to hell. And Blade ends up on a table. But uh-oh. So the lawyer gets blowed away.
He'll never enter here.
Looks like he got in. So Blade falls in the vat of blood and gets supercharged. This happened in the first movie as well. Definitely worth watching the first movie. Probably, maybe. Don't watch it. Watch this one. Man, I am so sick and tired of these jump cuts. I mean, like, you just can't. It's not enjoyable to be able to keep watching and it jumps from another scene to another scene. It's very jarring. It makes it not enjoyable. Alright, this is the best movie ever. So Reinhardt gets cut in half and Blade gets some new sunglasses. Also, the fetuses have been destroyed. Yay! Nisa locks everyone in with her to make sure that no one can escape, including her daddy. Ooh, Nosferatu dead.
Blade, it could end right here.
Well, we're an hour and 41 minutes in. It may as well end here. One thing I enjoyed about this was it looks like the CGI budget was saved for the very end. Good on you, Del Toro. Good on you. Nomak is stabbed in the side of the heart and dies in a pretty cool way. Nisa wants to watch the sun rise. She gets her wish of dying while still a vampire. Whistler and Blade on look at the rising sun and enjoy a victory well fought. So all in all, what did I think of Blade 2? Well, it's not the greatest movie ever. In fact, it's nowhere near. It's a fun movie to watch. I enjoy the fact that the violence and the attraction in the movie is that it's dumb vampire action. It's something that is definitely left for the early 2000s and probably not a good Marvel movie to make again, unless, you know, they tried. Call Wesley Snipes. All in all, I give Blade 2 2 Blades out of a Blade trilogy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tune in January where I review something else. No idea what it's going to be. It's probably going to be worse than this, though. We'll see. But for now, I've got to go hunt down some vampire scum. See you next time. Thanks for watching even more reviews. Seriously though, you guys, thank you for watching this video to the end. It means a lot to me. I put in some work. It's something I've always wanted to do and something I've really never had the time to do, and I hope you guys like it as much as I did making it. Don't forget to like it because that definitely helps me out a lot. Subscribe and stay tuned because I plan on making a whole lot more of these videos. Leave critiques down in the comments and let me know if I did terrible. Let me know if I did good. Maybe recommend something I should review. I plan on doing games, movies, even food for some reason, but we'll see how that plays in. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya on the next even more reviews.